Hello, everyone. This is Aya of the Dawn. Thank you for joining me on my channel, Wild, Free, and Tangled Fairy. We're going to talk about your Saturn return in Aquarius. If you were born between 1991 and 1993, then you have Saturn in Aquarius. Saturn will enter into Aquarius July 2020. But then Saturn will go retrograde, back it up into Capricorn again, and won't re-enter into Aquarius until December 17th, 2020, and will stay until 2022. So Saturn takes 28 to 30 years to enter back into the place it was when you were born. And so there's not just one Saturn return. It can be two or your third. So expect Saturn to return every 28 to 30 years. So if it's your first one, then you're 28 years old, 29, 30 years old. And it'll stay into, it'll be transiting for the next couple of years for you. Meaning that Saturn entering back into your natal chart position is a rite of passage. It is a time of transition and growth and testing. So those of you who have been living your life according to your purpose and rising up the astrology wheel to reach the 10th house point, to where you are on point with where you should be recognized and where you should be in society, this Saturn return won't murder you. It won't take you out. But you hear a lot of horror stories about Saturn return. It's those people who have a lot of healing to do, those people who are not on track and whose mental health is not aligned with who they really are. And so it can be a very tumultuous, I can't say that word ever, emotional time where things seem like they're falling apart. It's like the tower and people are falling off of it. And so then Saturn will tear down your life. And that could go from relationships, career, family, places you live, loss, so to speak, so that you can be rebuilt up according to your blueprint in your chart. And so why would it be that you're not on track? Well, there's lots of different reasons. It could be that you had challenges in your family with criticism towards your higher self. But this rite of passage is like growing from a child to adulthood. You had one rite of passage when you were born. You had another rite of passage going from toddler to adolescent. Is that how you say that? Adolescent, right? And then you had another rite of passage called puberty. And so it's a part of life. And so I don't want anyone to be afraid like they can't handle it. You can handle it. You can get through it. And let me tell you why. Because the universe is not conspiring against you. The universe wants you to win. So what you can do is ask the universe to help your transformation and transition and rite of passage and initiation be gentle towards you. You can go with the flow of your higher self instead of resisting. The resisting comes in because there's fear. Am I going to be okay? Is everybody still going to love me if I'm not who everyone wants me to be anymore? Is my family still going to be by my side if I'm not part of the family paradigm? Or if I individuate, there's lots of questions about your psyche is asking, because you have made a bond with a certain lifestyle and even a certain image of yourself. And going through a rite of passage is a very special time. And I want you to get through it with flying colors. I want you to pass your test with flying colors. So let's delve in a little bit to what Saturn is, what Aquarius is, and what it may look like for you. So Saturn, we talked about a little bit already. He is Father Time. He is the patriarchy. He is the structure. He is your career, not your job, not necessarily money, but your career. More of your purpose and how you're recognized in society, how people view you for what you are known. Known is about being known for what you contribute to society. And Aquarius is cool with that, because Aquarius likes to be a part of society. Aquarius energy, let me back. Saturn, the 10th house is ruled by Capricorn and Saturn. So just to give you some placements, okay? But that doesn't mean Saturn is in your 10th house. Each house has its own flavor and part of life. But I was just giving you some type of... All right, in Aquarius, the 11th house is ruled by Aquarius and the planet Uranus. And this means that Aquarian people are about groups of people coming together for a higher purpose, for the best and highest good of all, including the universe, including the angels. It could be some new agey stuff, but it's not new, it's ancient. So it's the ancient coming in to society and taking its place. So on a large scale, we'll see structures that we have known for a long time breaking down or going away, because most of the time people who have control in society have a hard time letting go and letting in the new. So what this Saturn and Aquarius will do is allow people to have the courage and have the evolutionary pressure in their system. So we'll build our own system. Forget you. We're done with protesting. We're done with just asking and begging for support and begging for you to hear us out about what the people want and what the people need. We're going to build our own system, which will in turn phase out the old way of being. Okay? And so that even though Aquarian people are about peace and harmony, there might be some violent reactions to that, because people aren't going to want to let go of their money. Of the money. People don't want to let go of the money because they have a impoverished mindset, which is an illness to me. Whenever you believe in lack, you're going to be greedy. And so that creates illnesses on in a lot of different ways. When you believe that in the law of abundance of the goddess Lakshmi, then you will not hold on to material things and money for dear life, because you know that the simple fact that you're here means that you are taken care of and will be forever taken care of, because that's the law of abundance. And so Aquarian energy will bring in the ancient into the corporate. It'll begin to mix. Our structures in society will allow for Reiki healing and meditation and astrology in the workplace. You'll see these companies being built, and we already see them, but it'll become more widespread over the next couple of years, especially with Uranus also affecting Taurus, our money. Okay? And so people want to be free. Aquarius is about wanting their freedom. And it'll look like a sudden change. But in all actuality, there have been people over the last 100 or so years who have paved the way and laid the groundwork and done a lot of the dirty work. The hard part looks like it's going into the mainstream, but it's not so hard when the masses are already being herded by the universe herself in that direction. So it's going to be a healing exodus. Many people are going to wake. More and more people are going to be like pop, 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 waking up. And that looks like people getting more into their soul work, their wholeness and health. And so on a personal level, these people with Saturn and Aquarius will not be able to focus on personal family relationships as much. They need to be with their soul tribe. And so that might be scary for you guys or for them or people who are dealing with someone with Saturn and Aquarius. They have a lot on their mind. They have a mission and a purpose that's more important than their personal relationships. And that is will cause disruptions and fear. Am I going to be homeless? Am I going to be taken care of? Am I going to have a job? How am I going to get paid off of these crazy, innovative ideas? And so that's what's going on with them. There's a lot to be changed. There's a lot to be worked on. And so if you're feeling this, and if you're going through this, and you feel like you need to stand up for what's right in society and stand up for the underdog, you're not alone. You're not alone. But it's just a strong feeling in you, and it might be weird to other people who are just sitting around watching TV and not worrying about cultural appropriation or the rights of indigenous people and clean drinking water and not burning down the Amazon rainforest. These are all very humanitarian, altruistic, high ideals, but we are the keepers of the planet Earth, and we are here to work with nature, not against it. So people with Saturn and Aquarius have always known this, and now it's their time, their evolutionary time, to give it a try. Live out their ideals even more. Go for it. Bravely go where no man has gone before. That's what you'll see. And that's what's going on with them. If you have any questions and if you would like to have a personal session with me, please feel free to check out my website, www.ajayaofthedawn.com. It's in the description box down below. Also, you can join us for full moon rituals in my Patreon group. It'll be like a live Zoom online session. Me and some other girls will be here belly dancing and doing rituals. This time it's going to be a full moon in Taurus, and we're going to be invoking the goddess Lakshmi that I was just talking about, since Taurus is about money, love, and attraction, wealth, abundance. So it's Lakshmi. Hey, you want to be shimmy? I'll talk to you guys.